everybody. Welcome back. Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset as we roll down to Alabama and right there in the Muscle Shoals area. And we're going to talk to the head coach of the Florence Falcons, head coach Will Hester. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Doing great, Stork. How are you, buddy?
Will, I just got off the phone with Tom Krager, and he wanted me to tell Will the Thrill hello.
Well, I appreciate that. Tom, one of the greatest of all time sports writers in Tennessee.
Yeah. I take guarantee you miss him a little bit. You'd like to have him right there in Muscle Shoals reporting on the Florence Falcons, wouldn't you?
I would like to have him in Florence. You know, we don't care much for Muscle Shoals. That's the big rival, Stork.
I know, but excuse me. Well, Will, it's been topsy-turvy. You know, was supposed to come up here and play Brentwood Academy. You caught COVID. And then James Clemens, we were still in COVID. But you came back last Friday night. You got off COVID there on that Monday, and that was along about the 8th or the 6th or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then caught Sparkman and beat them to 2013. Take me through it, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, Sparkman was a great team, was in first place in our league, undefeated. Jumped out on them early. Got a turnover in the red zone to start the game, and the offense punched it in. That blocked a punt for a touchdown, and then scored another one there late in the first half. It took a 20-0 lead in the half, but when you haven't played in 27 days, as we hadn't played in 27 days, sometimes, you know, you're not in that game shape that you want to be. So little fatigue factor set in the second half there, but we held on, made a big stop on fourth down late in the game there to preserve the victory and got out of there with a 20-13 win.
With COVID hitting you, what are some of the precautionaries you're trying to do, Coach Hester, to try to keep this thing under control? I mean, is it just continue to, and I don't mean beat up on the kids, but you almost got to try to keep them. You know, how do we teach football? Repetition. How do we teach kids to do certain things? Repetition. Adults too. I mean, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when it comes to, you know, the safety precautions and everything, we continue to do the same things. You know, it's a difficult time. The virus is so contagious. You know, you can do everything perfectly, and you know, you look at the SEC teams that have come out this week with the issues that they're dealing with, and but when it comes to the football part, you know, it's kind of business as usual. You know, we're having to, you know, in order to be able to play football, you got to block and tackle, and you can't social distance your way through that. So we're just trying to stay as safe as we possibly can, and hopefully we've had our little spell with it, and that's kind of past us now, and we're moving forward.
Catch Huntsville Friday night. They're not having a very good season, and you should win this ball game on paper, Will, but not going to be mean to Huntsville. But what do you got to do when you go out to beat these guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, they got a Florida State commit at tight end, Jackson West, who's a great player. They have the Bench kid that's a Vanderbilt commit on the D-line. You know, COVID's hit them too. They've had to forfeit a couple of games. You know, they're very talented team.
Is that the big reason why it's 0-4 or the games?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Obviously, they had 2 forfeits in there, and then they lost to a good Spain Park team to start the Spain Park team to start the season. So, you know, they're definitely one of the best over teams in Alabama for sure.
What was the score of that Spain Park game, Coach?
I think it was like 40-20, something like that, 42-17. Spain Park got after them pretty good, but it was the first game of the year.
I mean, in your 7A, is Spain Park out of that Birmingham region, them and Hoover, are they still the top dogs, or is Vestavia?
Thompson and Hoover are both undefeated in that league, and then Hewitt, Trussville, and Oak Mountain are in the top 4. Spain Park right now is trying to battle their way into that top 4.
Wow. And and then on down the road where what's his name came from, what's going on there? The quarterback for Alabama.
Yeah, so that's Thompson. That was
okay.
Where Tua played, but yeah, so we would see them, you know, in the playoffs. They're probably going to be the 1 or the 2 out of that region. If we were ended up 3 or 4, we could catch them. That's the team that we played that's put us out the last 2 years. Once in the first round, once in the second round. But you know, Hoover and them, they played each other the last region week of the season. That'll determine first and second.
Good week of practice, Coach?
Great week. Excited to get to Friday night.
I guarantee you, we are too. We've been on break and we're ready to get back into it, Coach.
What game you got this week, Stork?
I've got the last 3, and they're all just sensational. The Battle of the Borough, I wanted to go do it, Will, but I just said, you know, with with COVID, and that's a TB game, and
Right.
I wanted to go do it. But, TB's got 2 cameras on the top. Riverdale is small. It's over there. I just told Will, I said, Will, I don't want to be the one. I said, Will, let's get Riverdale's film crew and Oakland's film crew and the TV crew, and that's it on the top. That's all you need, and I need to stay away, and I'll go down. I'm going down to Stewart's Creek, Lebanon, and that's going to be a big region game. I mean, Chuck Gentry and Lebanon, they're not too bad, and Ben Cottle
Chuck's definitely turned them around.
Ben needs this game, and then I'm going to come back, and Krager has assigned me to the Riverdale Warren County game, and we're going to get
Warren County. They got a stud player this year out here.
Yeah, we're going to get him on video, and then I'm going to wrap it up at Stewart's Creek and Stewart's Creek, Smyrna, and Stewart's Creek has never beaten Smyrna, and then we were just talking to Tom. Out of that bracket down in the bottom end where you used to coach here in Rutherford County, Laverne, Will Hester did coach at Laverne, but they've got a kid named Ray Banner, and they are doing sensational. And Ray is up for Mr. Football, and
wow.
And so they've got a shot to get. They're going to be in the playoffs. Smyrna's going to be in the playoffs, and Stewart's Creek's going to be in the playoffs. So that other side. Ray Banner, Laverne might very well, if they play their cards right and they get it together, they very well could be in the 3rd round of the playoffs. And I don't know when that has ever been, but that is, I think. Well, wait a minute. Last time that was Smyrna. Smyrna. Wasn't they in the 3rd round against Smyrna? Or was that 2nd round?
That was 2nd round when Coach Thomas and I were there. I think they went to the 3rd round one time when they were 4A, maybe when Coach Crawford and Coach Strickland were there, I believe.
Okay, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. But we have a lot of good football going on still here in the county, and we sure do miss you. But we wish you the best of luck Friday night as you'll catch Huntsville, and I guess I'll talk to you next week, Coach.
Thanks, Tor. Appreciate it, buddy.
See you. Bye.